सहनावतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये। चैतन्यं सर्वगं सर्वं सर्वभूतगुहाशयम् यत्सर्वविषयातीतं तस्मै सर्वविदे नमः। The seventh verse. अनादितो निर्गुणतो न कर्म मे फलं च तस्मात् परमोऽहमद्वयः। यथा नभः सर्वगतं न लिप्यते तथा ह्यहं देहगतोऽपि सूक्ष्मतः। The question was, Yadyapi, even though you are not the body, upada sharira upadanattvena, Atma is upadanam, or cause of the body, therefore Atma has not become the body. Tad dharmakattvena, no, the sharira is the dharma of the Atma, so Atma doesn't possess the body also. Tathapi sharirana asti sambandha. See, there is a sambandha or a relationship with the body. Upalabhya, upalambaka bhava lakshana. It can be said that the body is a place of realization of Atma. The body is where the upalabdhi or the knowledge of Atma takes place. Other than the human body, knowledge cannot take place. Therefore, there is the relationship. Upalabhya, upalambaka bhava lakshana. There is some association that the body, Atma has with the body. Therefore, katham asharirata. How can you say that Atma is totally devoid of anything to do with the body? Iti ashankya. Na etavata sasariratvam. Just because Sharira is a place where the knowledge or realization takes place, but that much kind of an association, Atma does not become sasharira, possessed to the body or even connected with the body. That doesn't make Atma possessed to the body or even connected to the body. And therefore, once you are connected to the body, then whatever is connected with the body becomes connected, like karma, etc. So, karma adi yoga. Then body performs karma in some way, you also get connected with that. Karma gives us to phalam, then you will be affected by that also. Says no, this association or the relation, if you want to call it, that body is a place where the knowledge or realization takes place, doesn't create any connection with the body that Atma gets connected to karma or karma phala. Others punya, etc. will come. So what's the reason why Atma cannot have any association with the body at all? Anadito, nirgunato me, karma me. There cannot be association with karma because yet karma samavaya drishtam. Whatever is inherently associated with karma, that adimat drishtam, that is found to be adimat, having a beginning. Yatha ratha shariradi. So ratha performs karma or connected with the karma because it has a beginning. So does the body. There are many things, but then one of the things is that ratha is adimat, having a beginning, or the body is adimat. Nacha paramanu manasoho anekantah. But paramanu, manasah, they do not become exceptions to this because paramanu is not accepted by us to be existing anyway. There is no pramanam. And mana has an adi, it is not an adi. Therefore, that doesn't fall in the category of anadi. Everything is adimat. For Vedanta, only Atma is anadimat. And even though the Vaisheshikas may call Manaha, Paramanu is anadi, we don't accept it. Paramanu we don't accept to be existent anyway because there is no pramana, evidence. Is purely product of inference, tarka. And mana, of course, has a beginning, which the Upanishad says, manas sarvendriyani cha. Manasa utpatti shravanat paraparikalpita paramanu anangikarat. So paramanu and mana do not become exception to the rule because paramanu we don't accept and mana is adimat. Tatha yat karma samavayit tat sagunam drishtam. Another thing is, whatever is inherently connected to karma also is sagunam, possessed of the attributes. There again, ratha, sharira, they become the udaharanam. Ratha also is guna, sharira also is guna. Tatha sagunatvam. So there are two things, adimatvam or saditvam and sagunatvam. Cha vyapakam pratyagatma vyavartamanam. Yatra yatra kriyavatvam tatra tatra sagunatvam saditvam cha. Yatra yatra kriyavatvam, wherever there is association or connection or possession with kriya. Anything that is performs a kriyavat means performing action. Tatra tatra, there sagunatvam must be there and saditvam must be there. So sagunatvam, saditvam are called vyapaka. Yatra yatra dhuma tatra tatra vanni. So dhuma is called vyapya and vanni is called vyapaka. Here sagunatvam, sadimatvam are called vyapaka and kriyavatvam is vyapyam. So when sagunatvam, saditvam, vyapakam, Pratyegatma Vyavartamanam, when Pratyegatma does not have Sagunatvam and Sadhimatvam. If Vyapaka is not there, Vyapya also is not there, Kriyavatvam also is not there in Atma. Tasya Kriyavatvam Swavyapyam Adaya Nivartate. Vyapakam goes away along with Vyapyam. You see, when Bandi goes away, it goes away with Dhuma. There cannot be smoke where the fire is not. So if we can prove there is no fire here, it's proven that smoke also is not there. Similarly, the Kriyavatvam can be there where there is Sadhimatvam, Sagunatvam. In Atma there is no Adi, not because it is Nirguna there were Gunatvam, Sagunatvam. There were Adimatvam, Sagunatvam. Like when you go away along with Vyapya, which is what? Kriyavatvam. Therefore Atma is not Kriyavan. If Atma is not Kriyavan, does not perform karma, then Punya Punyadi Asambhava iti. Karma, Punya is karma. So Atma is not connected with Punya Papa. And therefore, Punya gives us Sukha, Papa gives us Dukkha, that also Atma cannot have. Meaning Atma, I am ever free, that's the whole idea. That Punya, I have no connection, or Punya Papa have no connection with me. They can never affect me. I have never been affected. See, all along we always feel that we are victims of what we did in the past. Destiny. So we feel victimized. The destiny I can't avoid. That brings helplessness. Says, no, there is no destiny for Atma because there can be no connection with karma. The body can have destiny, Upadhi can have destiny because the body, sense, mind complex is product of karma and they were affected by karma. Product of karma, performs karma, generates karma phala, gets affected by that. All of that is there. Where is it? At the level of Anatma, Upadhi, even when all of these things are happening. When the Upadhi is controlled by the Prarabdha or past karma, even then also Atma is ever free. So if we want that we should become free from effect of Punya Papa, that will never happen. As long as body is there and there is identification of the body, you will keep performing karma. Meaning that the freedom from karma, punya papa, sukha dukkha, samsara can be. By recognizing that I am untouched by them, even when I think that I am a samsari, I am untouched by them. It's only the knowledge of the true nature of Atma that can enable me to own up the freedom which is my nature, not create the freedom even. Then continuing, Nanu Upalabdhi Adhishthānānām Dehādīnām Vaishamya Darshanāt Tatra Upalabhyamanasya Atmanopi Tatkruta Vaishamya Sambhavāt. All right, Atma has no association, no connection with the Deha, which is what? Upalabdhi Adhishthanam. Deha is the Adhishthanam, the locus of Upalabdhi, of the self-knowledge, self-realization. Body is the locus of the self-knowledge because without body it cannot take place. Dehādīnām, so body etc., which are the locus of the knowledge. Vaishamya darshana, but all bodies are different. So Vishamata or diversity or disparity, inequality all exists in the body, human bodies which are the adhishthanam, the locus where the knowledge takes place. If they are all different from each other, then तत्र उपलभ्यमानस्य आत्मनोपि तत्कृत वैषम्य संभवात्. Then Atma that you realize in the body also will be different. If the bodies are different, and if realization of Atma depends upon the body, then that difference or disparity in the body will affect also the nature of realization, will it not? Will not knowledge also have the same kind of disparity? तत्कृत वैषम्य संभवात् कुतः परमात्मत्वम्. In that case, how can Atma be Paramatma? Paripurnata cha. Because every realization will be different. And so how can you say that Atma is Paramatma or Paripurna? When things are different, none of them is Purna. Just as the bodies are different from each other, they are all incomplete. If self-knowledge that occurs to you is different from self-knowledge that occurs to me, then none of them can be ultimate, none of them can be real, none of them can be Purnam. Iti ashankya. Ayam taratamya pratibhasa avidya vilasita na paramartha idyaha. This taratamya, tara, so superiority, tama supremacy. So taratamyam, one body is better than other, someone is the best among all of them. All of these can exist at the level of body. We find that pratibhasa, the appearance of this diversity and disparity at the level of upadhi, is avidya vilasita, is all vilasa, only the appearance created by avidya. No paramartha. That taratamya, all the diversity, the disparity that exists in the upadhi, is not real. That is all created by the ignorance. So that's what he said in the 8th verse, Sadacha iti. Sadacha bhuteshu samohamishvaraha क्षराक्षराभ्याम परमो ह्यथोत्तमः परात्मतत्त्वं तथा द्वयोऽपि सन् विपर्ययेणाभिमतस्त्वविद्यया. Atma is not different. Not that the realization of Atma in different bodies is different. If so, then Atmas is many. If one knows Atma in one way and another one knows Atma in a different way, then Atmas are different. Each one of them is limited, it cannot be Paramatma. And each one of them is incomplete, cannot be Paripurna. Says no, Atmas are not many. And therefore, Atma Jnanam also is not many. The locus where the knowledge takes place, namely Upadhi, even though there is diversity, multiplicity there, not in the knowledge of Atma, nor in Atma also. Sadacha bhuteshu samoham, aham sadacha bhuteshu samaha. In all the beings, I am samaha, I am the same. Nirdoshami samam brahma. Ishvara, I am not controlled by upadhi. I am independent. And therefore, variety of upadhi cannot control me, cannot determine my nature. How do you say Ishvara? Ksharabhyam paramaha. The course. So, yasmat ksharam aksharaad vichottamah. Ksharabhyam paramohi atha uttamah purushottamah. Therefore, the diversity which is apparent diversity do not make Atma diverse, nor does it make the knowledge of Atma also diverse. सदा च भूतेषु समहम ईश्वरः. So टीकाकार says ईश्वरः इत्यनेन उपाधिवश्यत्व अभावं सूचयति. Ishvara means ruler, Niyamaka controller. So ruler is one who is not ruled. So therefore upadhi vashyatva abhavam suchayati. The upadhis are many and diverse. But Atma that is realized there is Ishvara, is Niyamaka, is ruler, therefore not ruled by the upadhi. Meaning that diversity in upadhi cannot create diversity in Atma. That's what is meant by Ishvara. And the Atma is not diverse, and the Atma Jnanam also is not diverse. Ishvara ityanena upadhi vashyatva abhavam sujayati. By the use of the word Ishvara, the author wants to say that there is the vashyatva abhavam. Atma is not vashya, not ruled, not controlled by anything, not controlled by upadhi. Ato name dehati kritam vaishamyam. There is vishamata, disparity, inequality in the upadhis dehadi. But that inequality does not bring about inequality in Atma, who is Ishvara, who is not ruled, not controlled, independent. Ishvara ityukte tasya ishidavya apekshvatvat. If you call Atma Ishvara, ruler, controller, then ruler always presupposes ruled. Niyamaka, controller also with reference to controlled. So by calling Atma Ishvara, you seem to be accepting duality. Sadvaitva Shanka. Even though Atma is Ishvara, ruler, independent, still there is a rule also, then only he can be called ruler. Ataha aha ksharaksharabyam paramoha hi atha uttama. Ksharaksharabyam parama. So kshara, akshara is the description of upadhi. Dvavimau purusho loke ksharascha akshara eva cha. Ksharas sarvani bhutani kutastho kshara uchyate. Kshara and akshara, the two expressions of Paramatma in this world. All the beings that are perishable are called Kshara Purusha. And the cause Maya is called Kutastha Akshara Purusha. Uttama Purushastu Anya. Uttama Purusha Purushottama is Anya, different from both of them. Paramatma iti therefore is well known as Paramatma. Yo lokatrayamavishya bibharti avyaya Ishvaraha. Is Ishvara. So based on this verse is just as earlier also Anaditva Nirguna, that was the basis for the previous verse, the basis for this current verse. So same words are used, Ishvara, Ksharaksharavyam, Paramaha, Uttamaha, Paramatma, etc. Yo lokatrayamavishya bibharti avyaya Ishvaraha. Lokatrayam avishya, entering the three worlds. It's a waking, dream, deep sleep, or bhuhu, bhuvaha, suvaha. Bibharti sustains them, upholds them. Avyaya, who is himself is avyaya, Ishvara. As though having entered the three worlds, he upholds them, sustains them, provides them satta surti. Therefore, na sapekshatva, that there is no ishitavya. Ishvara also is not in primary sense. Ishvara is a ruler to exclude being ruled, that's all. And therefore, vashyatva bhavam suchayati. Ishvara word is a Vashi, one who is a ruler, controller. That is said to exclude the Vashyatvam, the controlledness in him, not to declare him as controller as in comparison to controlled. So Ishvaratvam is not with reference to Ishatavyatvam. Ishvaratvam is Vashyatva bhava, absence of being ruled. That's all that is meant there. So Ksharaksharavyam Paramah Uttamaha. अथवा ईश्वरत्व में साधयति, और हाउ डू से आत्मा इज ईश्वर. क्षराक्षराभ्याम परमो ह्यमोत्तमः यथोत्तमः. ही अथ उत्तमः. ही यस्मात् क्षराक्षराभ्याम परमः is superior to, better than, supreme compared to Kshara and Akshara, the effect and cause. Kshara is the effect, Akshara is the cause. Atha tasmat uttama iti anvaya. Atha, therefore, Atma is called Uttama or Purushottama. So what is Kshara? Ksharati nashyati iti Kshara karyavargaha. So that which is perishable is called Kshara, which is karyavarga, which is the effect. Naksharati iti aksharam, so ksharat iti aksharam karanam. That which is imperishable is called karanam in a relative sense. Here maya sabalitam brahma. Bhashyakara calls maya as aksharam. But wherever maya is, Chaitanya must be there. Maya cannot, Bhashyakara wanted to separate the Chaitana from Achetana. Therefore, Kshara and Akshara, both of them are interpreted there as Achetana Varga. And Purusha is Chaitana Varga. You can say that Kshara Akshara, both of them represent the apparently limited Chaitanya, and Ishvara is the limitless Chaitanya. So Karanam Maya Sabalitam Chidvastu. So consciousness as limited by Maya, associated with Maya, Maya Sabalitam, Mayopadhikam, Chidvastu. Tabhyam Parama Vyatirikta. So Paramatma is Vyatirikta, distinct from Kshara and Akshara, the Karya and Karana, the effect and cause. Karya Karanadi Bheda Kalpana Adhisthana Bhutaha. In what way is Paramatma different from Karya Karana? Karya Karanadi Bheda Kalpana Adhisthana Bhutaha. Both Karya Karana obtain a level of Adhyaropa, and Atma is the Adhishthanam, in that sense superior. They don't, normally comparison is between entities of the same class. Here, Paramatma and Kshara Akshara do not belong to the same class. Kshara Akshara, both of them belong to Adhyaropa or Mithya. Paramatma is the category of Adhishthanam or Satyam. So, comparison cannot be, but still, Adhisthana Bodhayiti Uttama Purushottama. Therefore, Paramatma is called Purushottama. Because Purushanam Uttama. There is Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, and any other Purusha you can imagine. One who is the most exalted among them, being the Adhisthana of them, here in this case. Yataha Uttamaha. Therefore, Uttara, Uttama. The Kshara or Karya is called Ut. Akshara, Karya is called Uttara. And the Adhisthana is called Uttama. यद उत्तमः अतः परेषाम् आत्मनां तत्त्वं स्वरूपम् अस्मिनिति परमात्म तत्त्वस्य परेषाम् आत्मनां all other atmas swarupam tattvam. So paramatma tattvam, paramatma tattva. So paramatma tattva is explained this way: paramatma, paramatmanam tattvam, paramatma tattvam. What is paramatmanam? Paresham atmanam tattvam swarupam. One that is swarupa, the essential nature of all other atmas, paresham. Meaning that all atmas, you say, you think that they are all different, they appear different, but the swarupa is one. Therefore, swarupam asminiti paramatma tattvascha. So, Ishvaraha, Uttamah Purushaha, Paramatma, so many words Lord Krishna has used there. So, what is said Paramatma is called Paramatma Tattva here. And the Tikakara explains Paramatma is Paresham Atmanam Tattvam. Of all the Atma is the Tattva, the truth or essential reality. Meaning, Ahameva Sarvatma ityartha. I am the Sarvatma. And so there is no difference in I. The Upadhis are many. But the Atma that is known is one. And therefore knowledge also is one. Yovindaschet Atma katham tari tatra viparita swarup pratibhasa ityada. If Atma is of this nature, Paramatma, Ishvara, Purushottama, Sarvatma, if this is so, then katham tari tatra viparita swarupa pratibhasa. Why is it pratibhasa? Appearance of viparita swarupa, that every Atma looks different from the other. What creates the appearance? No, naturally if Atma is one, Sarvatma, then the diversity appearing must be in appearance. Atma is proven to be one, self of all. Then the difference which appears in Atma have to be only pratibhasa. Only appearance, not reality. So how does that pratibhasa, how does appearance, Atma being many and diverse, how does it happen? So says, the third line, Paramatma tattva tatha dvayopi san viparyayena abhimatastu avidyaya. Advayopi san, even though I am non-dual, tathapi, avidyaya, because of ignorance, viparyayena abhimataha. I am abhimata, thought to be. Viparyayena, quite contrary to what I am. That's what avidya does. Not only does avidya make the Atma or create notion of Atma different from Atma, but contrary to Atma. Where Purnata is nature of Atma, avidya creates the notion of apurnata, quite opposite. Not just different, but viparyaya, viparita buddhi. And so advayopi san uttaramayat, this uttar has been given. Avidya vilasire viparya ityartha, meaning all these false notions viparya. Or Atma is nothing but vilasa, nothing but the creation of avidya and not reality about the Atma. Tathaja Bhagavata Uktam, which verses we already read. यस्माक्षरमतीतोहम अक्षरादेव च उत्तमः अतोस्मि लोके भेदेश प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः. Because I am different from Kshara and superior to Akshara means different. Difference not in terms of the degree of comparison, different terms of reality. That both of these are avidya vilasa, the product of ignorance. I am adhishthanam, I am satyam. Atosmi loke vedecha pratitah purushottama. Therefore, I am well known as Purushottama both in the loka, among people. People means among the knowledgeable people. Vedecha in the Shastra also I am known as Purushottama. Then continuing Tari, Kim avidya sambandho vartate. Alright, you say that this pratibhasa of diversity, multiplicity in Atma is pratibhasa, appearance created by ignorance. Tari kim avidya sambandho vartate. Then is Atma sambandha? Is Atma in any way connected, related to avidya? If avidya creates the appearance of diversity and disparity in Atma, should it not be that Atma is influenced by avidya, connected by avidya, controlled by avidya? No. They are all the questions that have occurred to all the acharyas subsequently about avidya. If this is there, all this is studied. The answers are all given actually. Whatever questions were raised by the Vishishta Advaita and Dvaita and all of this are already answered. So Ramanujarya is very well known as questioning Shankaracharya on the basis of reasoning. But they are all there. And Dvaita is also questioned. But already explanations are given. But anyway, what is pratibhasa is taken to be real, then there is a question. If the duality of Atma and Paramatma, which appears to be, is taken as real, that's called Dvaitam. Or is given some reality called Vishishta Advaitam. Then you will interpret this also in whichever way you want. That's very clear here. This explanation of Advaita Siddhanta is very clearly delineated. So, I don't know where questions, why should they arise, but whatever. No, there is no sambandha with avidya also. So the 9th verse says, avidyaya bhavanaya cha karmabhi vivikta atma vyavadissu nirmalah Drugadi prachitohamadvayah Stitasvarupe gaganam yathachalam. This sambandha can be there between two entities that are different from each other. So sambandha, relationship, connection of Atma with avidya can be there, for avidya is separate from Atma. Then sambandha can be avyavadhihi. Nothing is separate from Atma. Atma is separate from everything, but nothing is separate from Atma. So nothing is related to Atma. Superimposed over Atma, all right, but not related to Atma. That's what the Vedantin explains. Avidya bhavana cha. Avidya avaranam bhavana vikshepa. Or avidya is ignorance, bhavana is viparita jnanam, false notion. Karma vihi, and by karma created from them. Because bhavana or viparita jnanam creates ahankara, mamakara, ragadvesha and then karma. Vivikta atma. Atma is distinct from all of them. but they are not different from him. Atma is separate from all of them. The thing is, when this actor appears as a beggar, is there a connection of actor with the beggar or not? You say the beggarliness is only in the costume, but the actor is wearing that costume. Is he connected with that or not? He says no. On one hand, the costume is not separate from the actor, but actor is separate from the costume. Vivikta and avyavadihi. Vivikta distinct. On one hand, the actor is distinct from the costume. Avyavadihi, but costume is not separate. Vyavadhanam means separation. There is an interference between the two. Avyavadi, no separation at all. And so the costume is not separate from the actor. Actor is vivikta, distinct from the costume. So this is secret of the adhisthana adhyaropa. So Tika says, avidya mula jnanam bhavana tatkritah dehabhimanah. Avaran and vikshepa. So avaran brings out a vikshepa, superimposition, dehabhimana, dehadi abhimana, identification of the body, etc. So shari, that body I am, mind I am, etc. I and mind, they will explain in next verse. Karmani. Then of course, tarvapurukani. When ahankara is there, mamakara is there, kartrutva is there, then karma is there. So karma presupposes kartrutva. Kartrutva presupposes abhimanam, identification with the body, mind, sense complex. And that presupposes ignorance. So avidya, bhavana means viparita jnanam. From there, that means the kartrutvam. From there the karmani. Punya papa lakshanani, karma can be classified as punya papa. Taihi, so this third avidya, bhavanaya karma vihi, all third case, therefore taihi vivikta, I am quite distinct from all of them. Avidya vivikta, bhavanaya vivikta, karma vihi vivikta. Means what? Tat samsparsha shunya, distinct from them, devoid of any sparsha, touch or association or connection. That means I, the actor, has no connection whatever with this beggar. If somebody thinks that I am a beggar, well, I am not connected, that doesn't make me a beggar. Even if I think that I am a beggar, same fellow thinks I am a beggar. So there is ignorance of his true nature. And then viparita jnanam, then identification, then notions I am a beggar, then karma, then sukha dukkha, crying, etc. All of this is there, samsara. So punya papa lakshana karma can be there. But taihi vivikta samspar, but I am in fact totally devoid of any contact with them or any connection with them. Kutaha? On what basis do you say that? Yasmat avyadihi vyavadhanam vastvantarakuto avacheda tadrahita avyavadihi. See, if they were separate from me, then they can influence me. If they enjoyed separate satta, the idea is that if they enjoyed, like the costume enjoyed a satta, separate from that of the actor, then costume can have an effect on that fellow. But the costume is because actor is. And therefore, pot cannot have any kind of influence upon clay because pot's existence depends upon clay. The beggar's existence totally depends upon actor. That being the case, beggar cannot have any influence upon actor. So he is distinct, he is vivikta. This follows avyavadi. Yasmat avyavadhanam vastvantarakrito avacheda. Vyavadhanam means separation. And the vastvantara, separation can be there between two vastus. Like ghata and pata are two vastus. In that case, there can be an association, sanyoga, etc., and there can be influence. Vastvantargudu avacheda, not only that, but pata limits ghata and ghata limits pata. Pata possesses patatvam, not ghatatvam. Ghata possesses ghatatvam, not patatvam. So ghata limits pata by excluding pata because it doesn't have ghatatvam. Pata excludes ghata because it doesn't have patatvam. So this is vastvantara bheda, avacheda. The limitation brought about by vastvantara, another vastu. If vyavadhanam is there, if distance is there, separation is there, that means there are two different entities. If Atma and Upadi and Avidya were separate things, then each one will, because each one is not where the other is. Ghata is not where the pata is, ghata is not what the pata is. Each one will limit. But no, the costume cannot claim separation from Atma because or actor because it exists because of actor. So vastvantara ko to avacheda is avidya and then bhavana, karma, they are not vastvantara. They are not separate vastu. They are not separate entities. They do not enjoy a separate existence. Therefore, they cannot create any limitation upon vastu, Atma. Just as a pot cannot bring about limitation to clay. Ayam ashaya. The ashaya, this is what is intended meaning here, what is meant to be said. Chit prakasha tavat atma. All of the discussions have taken place on the text. In all these, therefore this is, in a way you are getting glimpse of what is said there. All the Siddhi Granthas are very detailed discussions, very complicated. The simplified version is given here. So you get the gist of what conclusions are arrived at there. Chit prakasha tavad atma iti. Well known that Atma is Chit prakasha, is self-shining consciousness. Iti Shruti Smriti Ityas Purana Nyaya Siddham is well established. Shruti, Smriti, Purana and Nyaya. Avidya cha jada aprakashatmika. Avidya is unconscious. Therefore, it is not self-shining, unconscious, non-shining. So this is very clear, established. Ataha taha viruddha svabhava. Therefore, there cannot be connection between them. Ataha viruddha svabhava paramata sambandha durgata eva iti sthite. So therefore, there cannot be real connection between the actor and the costume. Actor is a live entity. Costume is inert, unconscious. You may think there is a beggar, you created an entity called beggar, but otherwise costume is totally dependent, unconscious, doesn't enjoy its own existence. Therefore, there cannot be a real connection between the two. If costume also is a live thing, then some connection will be there. So between Vidya and Avidya or Atma and Avidya, the Atma which is Chit Prakasha, self-effulgent consciousness, and Avidya which is inert or unconscious, there cannot be any connection between them. Paramatata viruddha svabhava. They cannot coexist. Darkness cannot have any connection with light because they cannot coexist. To a sambandha or association, two entities should coexist. But then darkness cannot exist along with light, therefore avidya is darkness. So this is a problem that everybody has. How can there be avidya in Atma? What's the locus of avidya? That's a long discussion. Avidya cannot be in Atma because Darkness cannot exist in the sun. How do you say sun is ignorant? How can Atma be ignorant? Because ignorance cannot coexist with Atma. Atma is the nature of light, consciousness. So this is a fundamental problem. Ignorance and Atma cannot be. So there is no Maya in Atma, etc., etc. Here, this is a reality, whether it makes sense or not. So Vedantin gives examples and illustration and yukti also to explain how there is ignorance in Atma. But even if you cannot explain, the fact remains that Vedantin's basis is Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi. That's a pramana. We did not arrive at what we are saying through reasoning. We are providing reasoning for what the Shruti says. So therefore, Shruti, Smruti, Itihasa, Purana, Nyaya, Siddham is what? Chit Prakasha Tavad Atma. We begin from there and then explain. So this is our explanation. If you don't like it, don't accept it. But that doesn't mean that Atma is different. Just because you cannot explain what's happening, that doesn't make that Atma is many and Atma is this. Atma is one non-dual consciousness that Upanishad says. And this is a plausible explanation for that. If you take it, take it. Don't like it, create your own. We don't care. How you explain what it is Aham Brahmasmi. If you can explain it a different way, do that. We don't mind. I personally would not mind. Because all this reasoning, etc., is given to explain what the Shruti says. And if you understand what Shruti says, then it can become a reality in our life. We can live life that way. We can change, transform, and ultimately become that. So if somebody has a problem with this reasoning, I will not say you cannot have a problem. All I am saying is that Atma tavat chit prakasha Shruti, Smruti, Itihasa, Purana, Nyaya, Siddham. And every other than Atma is Paraprakasham, Jadam, Achetanam. Avidya, so everything other than Atma is called Avidya. Jada, Aprakashatmika. Not self-shining, like darkness. Ataha tayo viruddha svabhavayo paramatada sambandho durghatayava. Therefore, the real connection between light and darkness is inexplicable, not possible. Durghata, something that is not possible. It is sthita. So there cannot be a real connection or sambandha between Atma and Avidya because Avidya is of the totally, they are totally contradictory in nature. They cannot coexist, so they cannot have any sambandha. It is sthita. This being the case, Anavacchanda Chaitanya Matram Tavan Na Vidyashaye Upavadyate. Therefore, Anavacchanda Chaitanya, pure consciousness which is non-limited. Avacchinnam is that which is limited, circumscribed. Anavacchinnam, unlimited. So unlimited or limitless consciousness, because avidya cannot make it limited, that's the whole idea. Since avidya cannot coexist with Atma, therefore avidya has no connection, therefore avidya cannot create limitation in Chaitanya, therefore Anavachinna Chaitanya Matram, Atma is unlimited consciousness. Tavanna Vidyasha, therefore that unlimited self-shining consciousness cannot be ashraya lokas avidya. So we are not saying Atma is ignorant, but in a way you say it is ignorant. There is ignorance. Where is it located? You say it is located in Atma, because that's the only location possible. But not in a real sense, but still. Tatha sati anumatrasyapi prakasha anupatti prasangat. If Atma is the locus of ignorance, then Atma is ignorant. Then Atma has become dark, because ignorance is darkness. Then Atma cannot reveal itself. Nothing in the world can reveal. Therefore, Anumatrasyapi prakara anupatti. Therefore, nothing in the world will ever shine. There will be total, then Jagat Andhya Prasanga. There will be totally blindness in the whole universe, darkness. Which is not so, because Jagat is shining, and then it's the fact that we are aware of Jagat. If Atma was ignorant, the ignorant was located in Atma, then Atma cannot shine because ignorance would prevent it, then nothing can shine, therefore there will be total darkness, ignorance, which is not so. The shining is there. Anubhati sarvam, tameva bhantam anubhati. But the fact remains that everything shines. Just because it shines doesn't mean it's self-shining. Something can shine by borrowed light also. But if what shines itself is covered by darkness, then that also cannot shine. Nothing else can shine. Then there will be Jagat Andhya Prasanga, darkness in the whole world, in our life. Napi, now these arguments may all come from there, I guess. Napi, kenachit, avachinna bhaga vishesham. What else can be ashaya avidya? Chaitanya cannot be ashaya avidya. Na kenachit, avachinna bhaga, or some part of consciousness that is, if the whole consciousness is not circumscribed or limited, some part may be limited, which can become the ashaya avidya. That also cannot be. Why? Avidya vyatiriktasya tasya kalpanaya anibandhanatvat. You say some part which is circumscribed by avidya, limited avidya, but avidya is not separate to limit the Atma. So avidya vyatiriktasya kalpanaya, to imagine that in some way Atma, avidya is separate from Atma, that kalpana has no validity at all. So not that some part of the Atma which is limited by avidya becomes adhishthanam, no. Then tasmat avidya atirikta vyavadhana abhavat avyavadhitve se to avyavadhihi. So there is nothing that is separate from Atma, is separate from everything, but avidya is not separate from Atma. Avidya atirikta vyavadhana. So only vyavadhanam. The only separation is there is ignorance. Ignorance alone creates the idea of separation. There is no real separation. Between Aham and Brahma, although I feel separation, there is no real separation because nothing is separate from Brahma. So avidya atirikta vyavadhana bhavat. Only vyavadhanam, or the distance of separation between Aham and Brahma is only nothing but avidya. It is praptasya praptihi, and therefore there is no real vyavadhanam, no real separation other than avidya. Meaning avidya creates the notion of separation. Avidya only can create notion. Avyavadhitve sati divanda parikalpita andhakaravata. So one can imagine andhakara where it is not. It says divanda parikalpita, divanda. So person who cannot see during the day, or entity, like an owl, cannot see during the day, that's called divanda. Therefore, where in fact there is day, an owl imagines it is night. Divanda parikalpita andhakaravata. So an owl proclaims it is darkness, it is only parikalpita, not real. Where the day alone is imagined to be darkness. So therefore what is imagined is quite contrary to what is. But that is possible. What is imagined can be quite contrary to what is. What is day or the light. What is imagined is darkness. How can it be? But it can be. So they have fortunately an example called Divanda. Similarly, all ignorant people like Divanda. Where there is light, they imagine darkness. Ya nisha sarabhutanam tasyam jagrati sanyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. Pashyato munehe sa nisha. So that means Pashyatah, being seeing and Nisha can coexist, and Nisha and waking also can coexist. Divanda parikalpita andhakaravat atmani avidyadi kalpanam iti. Therefore, what it is avidya parikalpana, avidyadi kalpanam. Nothing but kalpana, that atmas are many, they are diverse, atma is limited, etc. All of this is kalpanam, imagination or projection by avidya. So it is projection. There is no sambandha. There is no sambandha between the rope and snake. What is snake? Is avidya parikalpanam. Is projection by, because of ignorance. This is Vedantin model. So you can say ultimately Chaitanya becomes the locus of avidya, but not by sanyoga or association, merely being adhisthana and adhyaropa. So that is the connection. Without connection. This is something that though people don't imagine. They think that connection is the real connection. No? So rope snake is an example. Ataheva sunirmalaha. Then the sloka continues. Sunirmalaha sarva ashankita dosha rahita ityartha. So therefore, Deha, Bhimanam, Karma, Karma Phala, all of these are doshas, are imagined in Atma or question are Sarva Ashankita dosha rahita hai. The doshas of Sukha Dukkha, arising from Papa Punya, from Karma, from Kartrutva, from Upadhi, all of this is nothing but imagination and not a reality in Atma. In spite of all these imaginations, in spite of thinking that I am Punyashavan, I am Papi, and people think like that about themselves, a sense of, inferiority, hopelessness, everybody suffers from that. Even when I think like that, it is not so. So, sarva ashanketa dosha rahita hityartha. Evam vidhe atmani katham drashta shrota manta buddha ityadi vyavahara. If Atma is sunirmala, ever pure, ever unconnected, then how come we find drashta, shrota, manta, bodha? Drashta at the level of organs of perception, shrota on the perception, manta at the level of mind, bodha at the level of intellect. I am a knower, I am a thinker, I am a seer, I am a hearer, I am a goer, talker, walker. Ityadi vyavahara. This kind of vyavahara means nomenclature. Shabda prayoga. How come people say that I am a Buddha, I am a Manta, I am a Karta, Bhokta? How come that kind of Shabda prayoga comes about Atma? Iti ashankya. Avidya adhyasta antahkarana parina rupa Trigadi Shakti Sambandhadeva. Sambandha again is only superimposition. So first adhyaropa, superimposition happens with upadhi. Then upadhi, avidya. What is upadhi? Antahkaranam. And there is the identification, adhyasa with the antahkaranam. Antahkaranam is possessed of drashtutvam, shrotrutvam, mantrutvam, bodhrutvam. And therefore, because of adhyasa, it is thought that Atma is also drashta, shruta, manta, bodha. Therefore, avidya, adhyasta is adhyasta sambandha, not a real sambandha. So, drugadi shakti sambandhadeva, drugadi shakti prachitoham advaya, pathita sambandha. Therefore, I am sambandha, connected with Drugadi Shakti, the power of seeing, hearing, thinking, talking, walking, etc. Drashtutvadi upacha, prasya, upachita, prachita, here sambandha, sambandhita or sambandha, pratipasa. Appearance of seer, hearer, thinker, etc. in the Atma. Na parama, Meaning, even when I think that I am a drashta, shrota, manta, vijnata, bodha, only pratibhasa, merely an appearance, imagination about Atma, not reality about Atma. Ityaha, so Drugadi Shakti prachitoham advaya, I am non-divorce, advaya. Swarupa is sthita. Drashta means he is deviated from the Swarupa. Drashta, Shrota means what? One who is deviated from and so on. No, I am never. Even when I think I am Drashta, Shrota, Manta, I am never deviated from my Swarupa of non-duality, of self-shining consciousness. So, Swarupa sthita yatha achalam gaganam. Even though many notions can be entertained about the space, like ghatakasa, patakasa, etc. Spaces are many, varied, diverse. Space is polluted. All these kind of notions may be held about space, but then they don't exist in space. So many notions are held about the Atma, but none of these things ever exist in Atma. All very important to resolve. Constantly what I feel, helplessness and hopelessness I feel about myself, all of this can help us resolve those things. No, they're all imagination. Then not just say, how is the imagination is there? Oh, this belongs to the mind. And how there is a connection to the mind by superimposition. So how they are superimposed upon us? They are there someplace. Nobody says there is no drashta, shrota, manta, but not where we think he is. Drashtutvam, shrotrutam is there in antahkarana. That is not a problem for us. If I knew that all belongs to mind, it doesn't matter to me. As long as it doesn't not connected to me, a thing becomes problem when connected to I. And we manage to connect everything to I by the superimposition. Although things belong to upadhi, when it belongs to the costume, you think I am a beggar. And that's how suffers. So suffering as a part of the actor is all due to imagination. There is no real cause. He told me this, he told you, told whom? The costume, not you, isn't it? So in the play, somebody says something to the beggar, gives him something, sukha dukkha is all there, punya papa is all the level of costume, not you. So Puja Swami would say that, remember that we are all playing roles. All problems belong to the roles. We are transferring the problems of the roles to the player of the role. That's the problem. Just to be aware of that. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Barayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.